All right, it's important that the roof is designed properly. And as I've said on the video presented to you, the person in charge of the design of the framing is called a structural engineer. So the stud walls are pretty much standard and spaced out according again to the structural engineer. So if the structural engineer said to space out the studs at 24 inches, that's what you're going to space them out. But mostly for big projects like a real house, this is just a shed. The spacing of the stud walls are actually not 24 inches on center. It is actually 16. Okay. So for our shed, we space out these studs. Okay. So we space them out at 24 inches, but in houses, it's 16 inches. So going back to the roof, in order for this roof not to fail, as I showed you a video on a roof failure, if you don't put what we call collar ties that connects the roof, eventually this roof will fail due to weight. Okay, so what we can do is we can put a horizontal tie, and the engineer will tell you how low that horizontal tie is. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do the horizontal tie. You can do this on any member here. We're going to draw a line from the very top, and we're going to drop it down 12 inches. So 12, enter. Okay, and that's where we're going to put our horizontal tie. So we're going to use that line and make a rectangle. Okay, make sure when you before you click that you press your arrow key sideways or up and down until you see that it's red on this view. Okay, so click on that one and then drag to the uh, bottom right. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to make first a 1.5 comma 3.5, so 1.5 by 3.5. Press enter, and then we are going to pull this. Okay, I'm gonna pull this. We can click the edge here. I'm gonna turn around and pull it from the other side and select the edge. Okay, and then we can, as long as these other members are a block or a group, it's okay to touch it. But once this one is not a block, then you're gonna have some problems. Okay, so we're gonna erase this vertical line of ours now, and then we're going to go around and we're gonna go around and cut this on this side. Okay, so we're gonna zoom first, and we're going to create a line from here to there until it says intersection, and then push pull. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just push to the side until you select the edge so it disappears on us. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I can do it on this view. Draw a line from the intersection here. Okay, if it says on edge, that's wrong. You have to zoom in and make sure it says intersection. So if it doesn't have an intersection, then yeah, there you go. So you make sure it's intersection, and even here it should say intersection. Okay, and if you can't do it, then you have to like turn around until it finds that intersection. There you go. So it must have an X on it. It says X intersection. If it doesn't say X intersection, then don't click on it. So click once you found it, and then use the push pull again, and then push it. Okay, and then we'll zoom out, and then we're gonna triple click this part 1, 2, 3, and make it a group. I'm gonna save my work first so I don't lose any of my work. And then just to differentiate it from the rest, I'm going to put a different color on it, and we're just gonna select a different color here. And we can select like one of these colors here, so we can when you click on it, it's And if you want it darker, maybe let's make it a little darker. So it's, there you go. So you can see it's too light a while ago. Whoop. Want to save again my work and say purge it. And we are going to make copies of this one. Okay, we're going to make copies of this one. All right, so we're going to select this point here. Make sure there's a plus sign on your move, right? Pressing Control will remove the plus sign or put it back. Okay, so click that one. Then we can simply click the correct endpoint. Okay. Make sure it says plus, plus. Make sure you're pressing Control. Okay. Now you don't have to do it on the outside. This is just for design purpose. But this one, the orange ones, these are structural, okay, purposes. So I'm gonna click Save. Okay, and yeah, so do that. Do the solar tie as color ties, and that will enhance or create more structural support for the roof. Okay. So again, how low is this depends on what the engineer would say. For the meantime, we're going to just put it 12 inches below the very, very top. Okay, so do that.